Hi everyone and welcome back for a new league review. This time, like the last time, I'm playing Reanimator, blue-black Reanimator, as you can see. This is the list. I basically played the league. I just re-rolled, just replayed the league with the same list, the same exact list, as you can see. So, 4 Thoughtseize, 4 Fanatic. Those are basically the uniqueness of this version of this deck. Only 2 wasteland and only 3 days. And in the sideboard, a bit of everything, but notably no more creature. So I'm playing basically the creature I play here are the threat for the game, pre and post board. So let's get into it right away. Video. I'm gonna start it. Here there it is, a short match as you can see. Only 6 minutes. Okay, so here, the starting end on ton reanimate and days. Pretty good. The opponent mulligans to 5, to 6, to 5. Keep the 5 and a tempo into a roll. I don't care. Play the fetch, Lotus Petal. I hope no Chalice, no Chalice. Thought Notes here. So in response here, I think I brainstorm and hide away the entombed reanimates, but I take my time to think about it. I can think about dazing too, but I think the right play here is to play the brainstorm. As you can see, I'm thinking a lot, and yeah, I think I'm gonna play. Oh, okay, I'll just play the entomb. Okay, and I let this resolve. I could have days. So the reflection here is that so I can see this line too. I think I would have brainstorm. But the thing is, if I entomb now, he's forced to take the reanimate. So I know exactly what he's gonna take. And so I can next turn I can troll and brainstorm, and I have the fanatic, so I know that I can reanimate the Archon, and I have a daze for. Well, if it's a Cozy Lake command for 1, I cannot daze that, but yeah, I'm just weak to Cozy Lake command here. So yeah, I understand the line, and here, as you can see, the opponent does not draw the Cozy Lake command, and I'm just gonna brainstorm and Fanatic Archon, and I'm gonna win the game. So yeah, finally, yeah, I like this line because the Fanatic and the brainstorm. Sideboard, Wise, bringing the 4 consigns and the Harbinger, and it's quite hard to cut stuff. I think I cut the days. I bring the power too for Vexing Bubble, Chalice, stuff like that. Okay. So I did that. I did cut the entire reanimation package. That's interesting. Yeah, I'm not too sure about that. But the thing is, post board they have probably they have the Cozy command, probably some number of fiery macabre. So I can understand that and bring in the fatal push, all the consigns and stuff. The thing is, I don't really like the the Thoughtseize in the matchup. But maybe Entomb is worse. I don't know. I like the Wasteland Days. It's not that bad against them. But with only 2 Wasteland, it's a bit weak. It's a bit a weak plan. So yeah, I don't really know about this sideboard plan. I need to play more matches to see how it plays out. And unfortunately, the game after that, the opponent mulligans to 5, 4, and I think it mulligans to 5 too. They mulligans to 3 and concede. So yeah, not really interesting here. Let's go to the next one. Next one. Okay, so this is the starting end. I'm on the play. That is Entomb and a Brainstorm with a reanimation spell, the Fanatic. This is quite perfect. So this is a keep. The thing is, I probably need to reanimate Archon because I cannot Brainstorm and shuffle away my Atraxa. Or yes, I can. No, or I need a 3 mana. I need to Fanatic in response to the Miracle trigger, or on the cast, I can Entomb the Atraxa. That's the only option. So turn 1, play Thoughtseize. I see a Blood Moon. I cannot play around Blood Moon at all. So, and it's a turn 1 Blood Moon, so I take the Blood Moon away. The opponent choose to not do anything here. So to not expose the City of Traitor. I can understand that. Here I have another land, so I don't have any great play here. So I Brainstorm, and I find the Reanimate, and a Force of Will and the Daze. So this is basically perfect. I think I put back the Fanatic, but I just keep. I'm just gonna shuffle away. I can keep the Traxa for the Force of Will and keep Force of Will and Daze up. I think that's the right play because Archon just gonna win the game automatically against them. And so I'm just gonna probably put a land, a land and the Fanatic, and shuffle away those. Oh, okay. Or yeah, I can do that, and I put it to the graveyard directly with the sewer. That's a play I can do, but I think that's less good than the play I told just before. I think keeping the Truxa for the pitch, for the Force of Will, and the Daze to make sure that nothing can happen. But yeah, with the Force of Will, it's probably fine anyway. The One Ring, I think I'm just gonna Daze that because it's free. And yeah, Miracle the Fanatic and bring back Atraxa, and that's probably game. Yep. So not even need the Entomb Reanimate. And yeah, it's true, with the Force of Will, probably nothing bad could happen anyway, so. And this is the most value I could get from the Brainstorm. A Fanatic plus Atraxa, this is not beatable by a red deck. Sideboard wise, Red Prison is a deck that you can just I would say that you don't really need to reanimate to win the game. You just need something to stick, and because most things in the deck are hard to remove for them, they don't tend to play a lot of Pyroblast. So just a frog or a troll is enough most of the time, and Fanatic is great against them too. And you don't want to expose yourself too much with the Entomb Reanimate and lose to a Fairy Macabre, something like that. So I just side out the Entomb package and I bring in the more interaction. Yep. And yeah. So most of the time I'm just gonna cut the Entomb package, and if I have ever more stuff to bring in, I'm cutting more Thoughtseize because it's less needed. But I like the fact that Thoughtseize is not great, but it's at least fine most of the time. So this is a great hand. Even I don't lose even on a Blood Moon. I kinda lose to Trinisphere, but it's not that played at the moment. And yeah, Magus of the Moon. A draw for Force of Will, that's pretty good. Play the Swamp, and I take. So I pondered a lot, and I think I take the Fable here. Yeah, it's more value for them. But I'm kinda forced to Force of Will anyway, so it's gonna die too fast. And I just cycle the troll and reanimate it. And then I attack. And now I stay on the defensive. Because the troll is I probably should have attacked, I think. I don't really know on this spot, so there's another Magus. If I attack, I take them down to 8. Then I'm at 3. Now I die. So I cannot run, so that's why I don't attack. And then they play a ring. And that's probably the end for me here. Another Blood Moon. And now I attack for some reason. I don't really know why. Yeah, I think my plan here is to hopefully they don't draw a bombard, a broadside, and I can end the game with the troll. So that's why I attack here. Take that down to 7. So I just hope they don't draw a ring or a broadside, basically. And here, I think I should have, yeah, attack. They block with everything. And I cannot do anything anyway, so. So this is the last turn. To go down to 2. They are dying next turn. I activate the One Ring. Draw a bunch of cards. Play a Playable Cycle. Play a Pyroglyph, but it's not lethal. I'm still at 2, and I win the match because they lose to their own ring. So quite a weird game here. They did draw poorly on the One Ring. That happens. Quite lucky for me, but there was still a third game, even if I were to lose this one. And as you can see here, the troll did a lot here. Basically dealt 12 damage, and if I was able to play the game without a Blood Moon effect, I think that was an easy win for me here. So they probably win this one only because that was a turn 1 Magus. So next one. Match number 3. Starting hand. So only one land, but a troll. 2 Thoughtseize, a Daze, and a Frog on the play. That's great. We like those hands. So I start with a Polluted Delta. My goal here is to cycle the troll, and I'm thinking about the dazing here, and I think I will. Cycle the troll, and I daze the Thoughtseize. and they daze in response. So I'm fine with that, honestly. And they take my frog, a miracle fanatic, not the best timing. Play the swamp, and here they are. So they are playing the tempo version, no reanimation package, and I see no Nile Spellbomb, so I'm pretty happy with that. And here, the best choice here, this was quite a tough one. And yeah, Fatal Push is not great against me here. So I take the frog, but I think Murktide was maybe the better choice here. I don't really know, but yeah. And then I draw the Reanimate here. So the awkward thing is that there is a push in my opponent's hand. So if I want to reanimate a frog here, I can reanimate the troll too. But if I want to reanimate the frog, I need to remove the fatal push. So that basically, if I reanimate the frog, I need to play the 30s on fatal push, or I can just reanimate, play the 30s, then reanimate, and make sure that the fatal push stays a dead card, and I get a +1 like this. And then I get to remove a Murktide probably. Something like that. So I'm thinking about what to do. Play 30s first to bait the days, and I get the days, so they drew it, the days. And yeah, because of the wasteland, I was not going to play around days with only one land, that's not possible. So that's a great bait. And took them back one more turn. And now I can reanimate the troll. Almost missed that. But yeah. So they drew a ponder. They replay the underground sea and do nothing. That's the downside of days sometimes, is that it sends you back in tempo. I get a free hit with the troll, and I'm playing the frog. So now the opponent is forced to fatal push the frog and cannot deploy the Murktide Regent. And they deploy anyway the Murktide because it blocked the frog, so sure, okay. But I drew another Thoughtseize. Play the ponder first. And yeah, I think this is probably a shuffle. It's not a great free. And yeah, shuffle it is. By the Nantum. Not the greatest here, but sure, I think I Thoughtseize them. And yeah, so Force of Will, Bowmaster, and Fatal Push. I think, yeah, the obvious one is to take Fatal Push here. And I take it. Attack with the troll. They waste me. Fatal Push the frog, attack me. But they have nothing to deal with the troll, so that was a good play to reanimate it. And as you can see. And it was the wrong play to not take the Murktide first with the first Thoughtseize. So I almost lost to that. And because if it was a frog here, well, I would not have been dead. But they would have drawn one more card. But I don't think they have answers to the troll, especially not with only 1 mana. So yeah, sideboard wise, I made an error and I won't do it. I cut the tempo package, so Wasteland Days, and I bring in some interaction, this is good, but I do not recommend to keep the Entomb Reanimate, the Entomb package against Nile Spellbomb deck. That's very risky, and I think because of the Fanatic, I think this is best to play the tempo game. So exchanges of resources, and hopefully you can outgrind them with Fanatic. Because the thing is, you will always have targets for reanimation because of Thoughtseize and their own creatures. So yeah, this is not keepable. So it's a mulligan to 6. The opponent keeps 7. So it's a one-lander, but you have a ponder, so that's fine. Probably put back Thoughtseize, I would guess, because you don't have the time to play it. Yeah, okay. They do a ponder here, and as you can see, Atraxa, and you're gonna see it's gonna stick to my hand the whole game here. I see a land, so I'm gonna take the land. Another reanimate. Thoughtseize. They play Tamiyo. So Tamiyo is not that bad, but you kinda need to deal with it, because if the game goes long, you're just gonna die to. What is it? It's gonna make too much value, but it's very slow. So here, I don't know how the game's gonna go, but I know that I want a reanimated target, and Tamiyo is a great one. Well, not a great one, but it's a fine wine. Fine wine. Fine one. Sorry about that. What the fuck? So yeah, that's why I have that push here. I don't. Okay, I just played the ponder. I think this is a misplay. Should have fatal push for sure. Fatal pushed and probably reanimate on the spot. And I should have put the reanimates I saw on the ponder second and not the Thoughtseize. But in my head at the moment, my plan is to find an entomb and then 30 Thoughtseize entomb reanimate. Do something like that, like in the mirror match. But the thing is, you cannot really do that in this matchup because if they drew and play a Nile Spellbomb anytime while you are blocked, you cannot do that. So that's why I don't keep the Entomb plan. If you know that your opponent is playing Gravedigger's Cage or Nile Spellbomb, stuff like that, I think keeping the Entomb package is not the right course of action. And as you can see, there it is. So now I'm kinda blocked, and I kill the Tamiyo, thing that I should have done first, but my opponent is on only one land here, so that's pretty good. I thought it's them, and I see a stacked hand, as you can see, Nile and Surgical Extraction, which is a lot. I think I take the Force of Will here. No, the Surgical, okay. Yeah, well, yeah, it makes sense, yeah. The Brainstorm and find no land, so I know they are Brainstorm locked, and that's really good for me. If I find a Wasteland, it's pretty good. I reanimate the Tamiyo. Then Thoughtseize, I should have done that. Well, it doesn't matter because they are tapped out anyway. I see that. I think I take the. What do I take? Take the Murktide Regents. Yeah, okay. No, the Force of Will. Yeah, take the Force of Will. The Brainstorm once again. Find finally a land. And Fatal Push the Tamiyo. I'm sad. I could have. I think I saw the Fatal Push before, maybe. I don't remember. But if I would have reanimated Tamiyo first thing, would have gotten at least a clue here. Brainstorm. And I find the reanimate, so I'm gonna reanimate Tamio once again. So that's, you see what I'm talking about when I'm talking about taking their stuff. So put back, yeah, Atroxa and Fanatic. And I think I reanimate the Tamio, yeah. Murktide. I have 2 Murderous Cut, so I'm not really afraid of Murktide here. And I try to reanimate the Fanatic and target nothing because I have no creature in my graveyard. Remove the Murktide and attack. They play the Frog. I thought it's them. I see another Murktide. I think I take that. Yep. Attack with both of them. I try to bait anything. And then I kill the Frog. So the advantage is that they are constricted on mana. So I play with that in mind. And I try to abuse my Tamio and tempo like that to make sure they remove the Tamio with the Fatal Push. I still have a removal for my Fanatic. I find another reanimate, get in some damage, reanimate a Frog. As you can see, I just spam, and my opponent has the Spell Bomb here, but is greeding to draw a card with it, so they do not use it and hope they find a removal for the Fanatic and the Frog because they need to deal with both of them. And there's the attack with the Taimo, but I don't really care because they don't have enough mana to crack the clue. So it's not actually drawing a card in this game because they don't have the time to draw the card. And they find the Fatal Push, so we know that they are still a go for the throat. But as you see, they don't have the mana to deal with that, and they wanted to deal with the Fatal Push because they don't want me to draw another card. So yeah, that's what I'm talking about with the constrict. Well, it's their own problem, but that's also why they have still two cards in the hands. It's because they have only playing 2 lands. So I'm quite out-grinding them in a sense. They remove the Frog, attack with that. I know I have a draw step. I can crack the clue end of turn. In response, they kill that. Sure. But yeah, I finally draw my own threat. So I play Psychic Frog. And they finally are out of removal to play. And I still have the Force of Will, and I'm willing to Force of Will any removal here because I know they are going quite low on them. They played a lot. So Brainstorm here. I think I can put back the 2 Entomb. Attack with the Frog. And yeah, I'm just going a bit all in. I discard the Animated and the Archon of Cruelty. And I kill the Tamio. They crack something. Try to find something. A Tamio. I'm like, okay, alright. Oh, sure. I'm just gonna trade with that. You get 1 more turn, but you lose the Tamio in the process. And then I attack with the Frog. I'm at 3, I can discard 2, and that's little. That's what I'm trying to do, and yeah, that's win. So yeah, as you can see, all the Atraxa and all the Entomb were useless basically in this match, and I think in this matchup in general it's useless. So yeah, don't keep the Entomb package. Going to the next game, so the fourth of the league. Starting again. So on the play against, I don't know, I have a reanimate and a draw and a daze. That's perfect. And lands to support that. Really, really good hand. They mulligan to 6. I was thinking here a bit about either playing the sewer or not, because I can just next turn I can sewer, and the next turn draw plus reanimate instantly. But I choose to be a bit more efficient, and if I need to daze on the first turn, and that can happen often, I want to be able to reanimate in the following turn. So here I'm gonna daze the Nuffling, so I'm quite happy with my play. And I'm probably against a Nadu pile of some sort, so take out the troll, daze, and I reanimate the troll. I get sword immediately, so that's not really good. Against those type of white deck, I often want to see mostly I want to see the Entomb and I draw it, so that's a pretty good draw. I waste them to make them stumble a bit on mana. And it transitioned perfectly into entombing a threat. And I can animate that after that. Draw 4, that's quite good. And yeah, I remember this game. So Atraxa, I get sword immediately. I'm like, yeah, I get my cards. And yeah, they were not great at all. A lot of lands, a Fanatic, but no Brainstorm to go with it. And I'm thinking about, do I take Entomb? I have Thoughtseize, I guess. I have a Fetch, sure. And I was thinking between Daze or Entomb. And I think I take Entomb, but yeah, that's the downside of the Fanatic here, is that on Atraxa is not really good to see the card. And yeah, I choose to take the Entomb to make sure I can. So my goal is to basically do an Archon, because I know that against this deck, if the Archon takes at least a creature, that's basically game. The Zenith for 1. I draw a land, I surveil an Entomb, so that's not great. I Thoughtseize them. 2 Teferi, so I'm gonna get Teferi next turn. I don't have any blue card to go with my force, so that's quite sad. I could have taken the days, but at the time I did not know that would have drawn another Entomb, and there was no real plan to continue the game. So that's why I did not take the Force of Will, because if I draw or reanimate or anything, the Entomb is way better. And yeah, basically, they played the Teferi. I finally find the Brainstorm, but yeah, against Teferi, the Fanatic is quite bad here. It's true that Animate Dead here would have been way better. And I'm quite stuck. I don't find any reanimate. And here I find the Animate Dead, but I can cast it. It's a bit late. And then they draw play a Leovold. That's a one-off. And yeah, even there, if I Archon my plan to Entomb reanimate the Archon, and it would have been really good if there was no Leovold, because now I don't draw the card and they draw an extra card each time the Archon activates, and they can sacrifice the elf. And I know they still have another Teferi in hand, so they can bounce back my Archon. And currently I don't have anything to replay it right away. So it's quite an unfortunate game where I resolve Atraxa, but even though I resolve the Atraxa, I don't quite have what I needed, and then as you can see, Teferi, they will attack me, deal with the Archon. I hardcast the Fanatic, find a control, and then I just get Nomad plus I just get comboed here. Nomad plus yeah, Zenith. So honestly, my draws were not great, and my opponents after the Atraxa resolving were great one. Yeah. So only bangers for them. So good game here. Against Nadu, I keep the Entomb Reanimate plan, even though they have a lot of swing for that, but they tend to don't bring that much more than they already have. So, and I think with the Thoughtseize, you can deal with them. And the big threat is the Keen-Eyed Curator, but because I bring in 2 Fatal Push and 2 Murderous Cuts, and maybe a Rosenbauer, I don't really know. I think I cut the Tempo package, so I can bring the Borrower too. Oh no, I cut Force of Will. Yeah, so I think yeah, I like that. I was thinking a lot about that, yeah, in the game. And the thing is, Force of Will is not really good against them, because they have the Halfling, even though, and Daze is better against the Teferi, and attacking them on the mana can be pretty good, because they have a lot of spells that cost 3 or 4, because they need to fetch a 3 mana spell, it is cost 4 mana. So the Daze has a lot of value, even though they play some mana dorks, but you can kill the mana dorks with the Fatal Push. So yeah, that's why I'm cutting the Force of Will. And I'm counting on the Thoughtseize to remove the 8 and go for Undoom Reanimate. Yeah, I think I prefer that than cutting the Wasteland. And Brother Borrower, I don't really know. I think I want to keep the one in main deck, and I want to add the other one. And I'm cutting one and I cut one more Force of Will, and maybe one more Force of Will, and maybe one Fanatic, because it's hard to resolve against them, and you are way more into the combo. Yeah. So game 2 is the end, pretty good. A Lens, a Force of Will, and a Reanimate. Fanatic is not great against them. Now realize, but I have a Frog turn too, so Zenith, they find a Nomad Anchor and a Bird. And I should have. I don't really know. I should have maybe. Yeah, I did not have the blue card to Force of Will. So here I can reanimate the Fanatic, and I can ponder to find a big threat to a reanimate. And I think I should do that. I attack with the Frog first. It connects. Happened a Brainstorm. And I find the Fatal Push, so I can kill the Nomad, and this gives me sometimes. So I can Fatal Push and Thoughtseize in the same turn. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. What do I put back? I think I should probably put back the Wasteland. I'm not gonna attack them on the mana side. Probably the Wasteland and the Underground Sea, I guess. because it's turn 3, yeah? Yeah. So I put back... Oh, yeah, the Fanatic, yeah, for sure. Yes, Fanatic, yeah, yeah. So, oh, I put back Reanimate and Fanatic, okay. So, okay, so yeah, I understand my plan here is to make sure I don't play into the Graveyard 8. And I keep the Wasteland so I can still attack them on mana. Yeah, but I think having 4 lands is a bit too much. I don't know, honestly. I thought this, and I think I'm gonna... I think I made a mistake. Because I took the Zenith here. I took the Brainstorm. Wow, okay. Yeah. Okay, I took the Brainstorm here. Hmm. Yeah, I think that, yeah, that was the worst for sure. I think I should have taken the Keen-Eyed Curator to make sure it was dead. I can counter the Zenith with the Force of Will. So I think that's my plan. And I Fatal Push the... And I can Fatal Push either the bird, so they don't get to block my frog, and they cannot cast the Brainstorm. Yeah, that's... I think that's the way. That's the way. And... But the thing is, if they top deck a Nadu, I instantly lose, because it's... because of the elf, I cannot counter it. So if I want to be safe, I just Fatal Push the Nomad here. So I discard the Keen-Eyed, counter the Zenith, and Fatal Push the Nomad. I think that's a right play, a right sequence. And yeah, taking the Brainstorm is not great. They top deck the Nadu. Okay. So that was great to kill the Nomad here. I just, yeah, cast it. They think about it. And they block with the Dryad Arbor. I was fine with anything blocking, honestly. Yeah. As long as I trade 1 for 1. And now, yeah, I'm thinking about it. I'm like, yeah, I think I like my board actually. I think I can win with that. And maybe I could. So I let this resolve. But... And I keep my Force of Will for the Zenith. And there I find the Entomb. Not great. It's useless against the Keen-Eye. And they block with the Nadu. And I basically sack my whole hand to kill it. Which I think is the right play. Because at the moment the Keen-Eyed can be 7/7. But en fait, it cannot be 7/7 because if I take care and I exile, they only have 3 different types in their graveyard, and in response I can exile my own card to prevent them to have the force type. So that's the plan at the moment. They drew another Nadu. Play it. I draw nothing. Attack with both of them. Trigger frog. Do I play the other frog? I think I do. Yeah. And here it was my misplay. So I F6, and I was not able to, in response of the Keen-Eyed, exile the Ponder. And so now their Keen-Eyed is a 7/7, which I knew about that, but yeah. There's a need for Safekeeper here. And yeah, because they drew another Nadu, I think it was the right play, and the only wrong play here was really was forgetting to exiling the ponders, because now the Keen-Eyed can block my Fanatic, and that's not great because Fanatic was really important here to apply the pressure. So I give flying to my frog, I attack with the frog, and from there I'm losing the game here because they find a sword to plowshare, and everything is it's falling down basically. I cannot kill them. You can see here how much I'm losing because of the Keen-Eyed becoming a 7/7. So that was a huge misplay, and yeah, the lesson to get from this game is to not f6 when you have to exile thing his response to Keen-Eyed. So not forgetting, that's not something that would happen IRL, so it's nice to know about that. And yeah, I tried to Entomb reanimate, but they can just sacrifice their stuff. They found Endurance, they found a Forest, and yes, you can just play the Endurance, so I just lose the game here. Okay, and last one, next game. So that was a loss, and I think the matchup against Nadu is a bit hard, but I think I was quite unlucky too. I think it's even. Yeah. Okay, I'm playing against Be Excellent. Love the YouTube channel, and I know he's a huge player of blue black stuff in general. So I am assuming here he's playing. I'm playing against blue black stuff. The starting hand in here is fine. It's wasteland proof. I have a frog, I have a daze, I'm the play, and any brainstorm I find is great here. With the frog I can discard the Fanatic and the Atraxa, so any reanimation spell is huge here. So that's a huge upside. This end has a huge upside, and that's why I'm keeping it. It was a mulligan to 6, okay. What was the end, the 7? I don't remember. Oh, yeah, that was a no-lander, sure. Okay. So yeah, put back the Fanatic. I don't need it. If I just reanimate Atraxa, I probably win the game anyway. I play the fetch first to not get wastelanded, so I can deploy the frog and make sure I can deploy it. I'm fetching a survey land. I found a wasteland, and I don't think I need it with the plan I currently have, so I bin it. You can draw it too, but it doesn't change much. So I play the frog, he plays a Fatal Push on the frog, I discard the Atraxa, so I'm sure any reanimation spell is a win. And I find the reanimate here, and I just pass the turn. I don't deploy the frog into a daze. I don't tap out, so I can, if he plays a nice spell bomb, I have the force of will to defend it and the daze. And he does nothing. I draw the reanimate and I try to reanimate the Atraxa. There is a force. I force back. And I think I pitch I'm thinking of the pitch. And I think the pitch here is probably daze. Because if he has another force of will, I can then deploy the frog and be fine-ish. But there are no other force of will, so Atraxa resolve, and when you resolve Atraxa in a tempo matchup, you're feeling pretty good. So here, yeah, you have a 30s. I have a frog probably. I can take frog, waste land, I think. I don't care about wasteland. A land and a brainstorm. Yeah. And then I have 30s. And yeah, most of the time when you resolve Atraxa and then you 30s, it's basically game. So that's why I like 30s. It helps you before and after the reanimating an Atraxa on Archon. So yeah, now I'm cutting the reanimation package and I bring in basically all the interaction I have. And that's the change I made now. I did cut the Harbinger for a third push. So now I can, instead of putting the force of negation here, which is not really good, I can put another fatal push, which is better most of the time. Yeah. So this is quite slow, but I have 3 removal, so I can play defensive. And as long as I find lands with the brainstorm and my survey land, I'm fine. And I'm ready to play the long game, because I think if the game goes very long, because of my fanatic, I have the advantage. But yeah, the matchup is too complex to really defend it like that. Yeah. So 30s, I let it resolve. It's gonna take the brainstorm, probably. Yep. And I surveil into. And when you meet a creature, you're always like that. And I find another land, so that's good. I bait the days here, and I see frog and 2 brainstorm and a wasteland. So I'm just gonna 30s twice, take the 2 brainstorm, and I have the fatal push to cover the frog. So I'm just gonna hope that it doesn't draw the days next turn, and I can kill the frog. I did forget that he had the blue mana still up. So this 30s is not really effective. And I only get a frog here. And they just waste me. And yeah, I still have the fatal push and 2 murderous cuts, so I'm feeling fine. And anyway, I find the land quite quickly. And still, I don't want to play the frog into a daze. If I can. And I know because I have still 3 removal in my hand, I can play the long game. And then I decide to play the frog anyway into the daze a turn later. So yeah, sometimes you just change your opinion on things. I'm gonna take a fatal push. It's fine. I ponder here and I find a reanimate and a land. I'm taking the land. Why? Yeah, I'm not playing the land to not expose the land into. Okay, so my play here is to play 30 next turn, play 30s into animate dead. And here I'm just waiting if I find a better target for the fatal push. And finally I decide that I don't really care about finding a better target, so I just fire the push. It's not the greatest target because it does come back, but it does it to. It's gonna be a bit lower in stats, so that's still a good tempo play, I guess. And I just, because I reanimate, my life point is also resources, so I need to take care of it. So that's why I did for that push the Nethergoyf. here. Yeah, I play the 30s first to make sure. And there is nothing. Temio is not a real threat. So I think I take to go for the throat. Yeah. And I animated the Fanatic that I milled before. And yeah, that's the free value. Fanatic comes back. The Frog 2. He plays the Ponder. And a nice Spellbomb that comes a bit too late. Unfortunately for him. A Tamio. But now he has to deal with the Frog. And yeah, he did think a lot here. And I think the right play here is to fire right away the nice Spellbomb, because he knows that I have still 2 Murderous Cuts, I think, from the first 30s of the game. And I did brainstorm once, but I probably kept the Murderous Cuts. You can assume that. So that's why I find it weird to not fire the nice Spellbomb right away, because there I just play instantly my 2 Murderous Cuts on the 2 targets, and I just attack. I get to draw with the Frog. And when you start connecting often with the Frog like that, you're basically dead for the opponent in a tempo matchup. And here, even if he used the Night Spellbomb here, I'm just gonna reanimate the Fanatic after that by discarding with the Frog. So now, from there are no really good choices. And yeah, the Nethergoyf came back, but it's only a 2/3 and it's not relevant here. So disconnect, I play another Frog, and yeah, I win the match. I just outvalue them. So yeah, that's how you play the matchup against Tempo. So after side, you just make sure, try to make their Spellbomb a quad to use. And you just outvalue them with the Fanatic. Yeah, that's pretty much it. You just play the same game as them by removing the Entomb package. So yeah, I hope you liked the video, you learned stuff, and see you for our next one.